What's up? It is CJ Sparks, the sober bikini model. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Well. As you can tell from the very serious clothing here, let me get it a little less serious. I have a serious announcement to make over here, if you will. Um, I Dun, 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 dun. After I'm not sorry. Just kidding. I did it and I stand by what I said. I said what I said. This is not an apology video. I have an announcement to make. I am so excited to let you guys know that after 10 long years, almost 10 exactly, in LA, I am officially moving. I am moving to a different state. Does anyone have any guesses what that might be? Well, if you guess Canada, I will not be moving to the 51st state. Just kidding. Canadians, don't come for me. I'm just making a joke, okay? I'm just making a joke. I am moving to Vegas. I am moving to Las Vegas. I have been dating someone. I've been dating somewhere other than LA. I'll tell you that much. and it was successful. um and I am moving to Vegas. I've been seeing someone for a fair enough time that two adults would say, okay, maybe let's move in together. We've been talking about it for a little while now, and we decided that we're finally going to make the move. Well, I am finally going to make the move. I'm super excited. I don't know, I don't know if this move is going to be any different than my move from Sacramento down to LA. That was about 10 years ago. And when I came down here, I was such a different person. Obviously, I was 10 years younger. So I am 10 years more full of wisdom and 10 years better looking and 6 years more sober than I was when I first got down here. And I have learned a lot. And I've really enjoyed my time in LA. But it's so interesting. Again, I don't have like a lot of experience moving. Actually, maybe I kind of do. My mom and my dad divorced when I was about like nine or 10, I think. I was in the third grade, so I'm not sure how old that would make me, but I remember I was just starting the third grade because I remember I went to like a week of third grade at the Christian school I was going to, and then we were taken out, and I remember I was so upset because I really liked the uniforms at the third grade school, the Christian school that I was going to. So I remember that vividly. I can't even tell you what age that was though. Sorry. And then we moved to my grandma and grandpa's, and then we moved to a house. And then I moved. Oh man, I kind of do have experience in moving, damn. But I say all this to say I've never moved states before. It's always been in California. Coming from Northern California or down to Southern California, that was like a pretty big deal. I have to hop on a plane if I go and see my family. So it's kind of a big deal. I can't just like drive an hour or two and be at their house. So it does feel like a bit of a big deal, but they're still in California. My mom and my stepdad actually did move to Idaho. Shout out Moscow, Idaho. If there's anyone who is in here who lives in Moscow, Idaho, please let me know. It's pretty desolate over there. So I'd be so curious if anyone, even one person, is here from Moscow, Idaho. Please show yourself. I think Lewiston is like the bigger, smaller town over that a lot of people say, like, oh yeah, I'm from Lewiston. But yeah, I always tell people like, "Oh yeah, my mom and my stepdad moved to Idaho." And people are always like, "Yeah, Boise." And I'm like, "No." A very tiny town in Idaho called Moscow that I did not know even existed. But of course that was my mom and my stepdad. I didn't go with them and I haven't lived, with them for a while. So that didn't affect me too much as far as like the move. So I haven't ever moved out of state. I'm actually super excited to be working with Piece of Cake Moving. No, this is not a sponsored video. I just figured I'd mention them because they are going to be working with me as far as pricing because I do have the following on Instagram. So I am so grateful for that because they're a very reputable moving company and I already like kind of knew about them and they've had so many good reviews. So I'm like so grateful because that's just one thing that I don't have to worry about. Like I don't know, like about like do I get a new license? Cuz like obviously I'd rather pay Nevada taxes than California taxes and if I'm living in Nevada, like it would be okay, right? Like it's so these are just like the little things where I'm like, what am I going to do in the summer? Am I going to just find some shade and be outside or am I going to need to be indoors all summer? Like what does that look like, I'm so interested. I have found some really wonderful AA meetings there. They're a little bit harder to find out there than they are in LA, but luckily for me, they have still a lot of options, and I'm grateful for that. But yeah, I'm gonna be moving to a different state, and I've just never lived in a different state before. So I'd figure I'd come on here and ask y'all have you ever moved states? Like, what is this like? Is there anything that I need to know or need to be aware of in regards to moving that, maybe the average gal wouldn't know until it's like already too late and she's there. Um I also kind of feel like this is my first time moving out of like my big girl apartment. And my big girl apartment, meaning I've been sober because I've been sober in this apartment ever since I got there. So I've been in this apartment 5 years and I really love my little apartment. The location is fantastic. Obviously, I can't tell you guys where my location now, but it's in West Hollywood. And I'm pretty open, like that I walk around a lot and I walk to Pilates and I walk to my AA meetings. I walk to eat. And so I just really love that. And I'm not going to be able to do that anymore when I get to Vegas. It's a little more suburban where I'm going. So there's going to be less walking and, less, getting up and walking down to the restaurant on the corner. So it's going to be a bit of a change for me. But I am so excited to be able to do something new. But I'm just, I guess I'm kind of just letting you guys know for the Vegas people that watch this. I know there's some Vegas fans in here. I see people commenting. Um, Sometimes with the Vegas word in their handle. So I can assume that you live in Vegas, or I guess you love Vegas that much, but I'm going to assume you live here or live in Vegas. And there's also some fans that I have that I know are Vegas locals. So I'm grateful for all that. I will be coming back and forth every other month. We are still absolutely going to continue shooting Inside Only Fans. I love Inside OnlyFans, my podcast. If you guys are not subscribed, unfortunately, we are not on YouTube anymore. They took it and they never gave it back, and it's so sad. But we are on Instagram, and so I'll be coming here every couple of months to do that. Like maybe even like every 6 weeks. So I'm not that far away, but I've just never moved states before. So I'm kind of just asking for help, what do I need to know, or maybe some insight like about Vegas summers. Maybe you could give me some Vegas local tips and tricks. I have spent a lot of time there. Obviously, I'm very well aware of what I'm getting into in regards to moving and everything. But I did want to make a formal announcement just so everyone on my channel is completely up to speed and you guys feel like you're all in the know and everything. Um, I've really enjoyed getting to know y'all in the last. I feel like I've been creating consistently at least, let's see, right um in October. So I don't know, like at least 6 months. So I do feel like we've all gotten to know each other a little bit better here. Um and yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know and see if you had any insight, any advice, any knowledge. I don't know, like anything to prep my apartment. Like I've actually thought about I've thought this is gonna be so bad. But I'm sure there's horror stories with moving where people accidentally break things or accidentally misplace things or things accidentally get lost because like we're all human, everyone makes mistakes, but I have thought that I need to maybe take, a lot of my designer bags and shoes with me just so they don't get scratched or things like that. But I don't know. Is that like a bad thought? I don't know. That's why I'm asking because, or is that maybe something that I should just count them and take pictures and then let the moving company handle it? Like, I'm sure the moving company is very well versed and can probably pack them better than I can. When it was the fires in LA, I literally just threw everything into as many suitcases as I could check and then checked them and then had like a heart attack thinking about how somebody's going to go through my bags and steal some of my items because that happens. I've definitely had that happen to girlfriends before where you check a bag and you have designer items in it and then you get your bag and you get to your destination and your designer bags aren't in there. It might sound a little shallow, but it has happened. I have seen it multiple times and it's so shitty and there's kind of no way to prove it unless you take pictures. Um so but I don't know. I'm just kind of letting you know and asking for any moving tips and tricks that you might have, any Vegas insight. I am so very excited to start this next chapter of my life. I have felt as though this is coming for a while because I've been going back and forth. And honestly, I mean, you guys remember it's like a few videos back, I lost a purse that had a very important necklace in there going from the Uber to the airplane or to the security checkpoint to the airplane, off the airplane through to the Uber and then to my boyfriend's house and I'm like, I thought I had my purse in here and then I thought, okay, maybe I ran out of the house and forgot it. And then come to find out it was lost and it had my sentimental necklace. Oh, it's so bad. But like, so I've been going back and forth so very much and it's gotten hard. It's weighed on me. It's a lot to go back and forth. I'm so impressed with like people that have business bi-coastally or in different states and have to go back and forth for business on an airplane all the time. It has been completely exhausted and I cannot wait to not have to do that anymore. And to get back to a little more international travels. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to let you know because we're all friends here, right? So anyways, I feel like that's it. Please let me know if you have any important insight in regards to any of the things I mentioned. I am really looking forward to continuing to get to know everyone better. And when I come back, I'll be filming here more. And I have a studio I'll be using in Vegas. So, not to worry. We're going to continue with the fantastic try on hauls. And maybe every now and again, I could pop in a vulnerable video, kind of like this one, and ask for your help and your insight and your advice because there's so many of you out there. Surely there's tons of stuff y'all know that you can share with me and help me in this transitional period in my life. So, thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad we got to know each other a little bit deeper here. Please let me know in the comments what you thought, or if you've moved before, anything that has helped you. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.